Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Monday to you. It is Monday, February the 5th, and that means it is also the fifth day of my 14 Days of Love series. So every day I'm sharing a new little treat holder or card that you can make to show someone that you love them for Valentine's Day. This can be anyone. Do not limit Valentine's Day to just the person that you are in a relationship with, in a romantic relationship with your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner. Um, Celebrate with your friends, your neighbors, your church people, your club members. Um, yeah, your grandkids, your parents. It's just way too big to limit to just one person. So I am going to be using the Be My Valentine because that's what I've been using all along. And I'm going to be making a version of this. Now, I made this with, oh goodness, Darla. Darla did a 14 Days of Love tutorial, but she altered an envelope gift box, and I thought I would do something that's easier. I actually forgot mine in Canada, and then I thought, oh, just wait a minute. There's an easy way to do this. So I'm thinking that you might like to know that as well. So you want to start with a thick piece of basic white cardstock. Now, I was shocked to find out that there are people who still don't use thick basic white. It is the perfect base for your card base. You won't get a floppy card anymore. So what we need is a piece that is 6 inches by 7 3/4. So I'm going to do it 6 inches this way and like so. And I think I might even be able to make it smaller, but I'm doing it 6 inches right now, and we'll go there in a minute. And then by 7 3/4. So don't cut with me right away. Wait till the end because I think I'm going to make this a shorter box. So this is 6 by 7 3/4, and we're going to score it at 1 1/4. So that's the gray one. 1 1/4, 3 1/4, 4 1/2, and 6 1/2. Get all the way over here. And then we're going to turn it and score at 1 1/4, and this will be the bottom part. Now, if you have not made boxes before, this is a great one to start with. So when you make a box, start with figuring out the bottom part. So we could score, we're not going to score yet. You want to cut on every one of those marks up to the score line. But instead of cutting straight, you just want to do a little angle cut on either side of that score line, because then when you fold in your flaps, you don't get bulk. Okay, so you can see how that's just a tiny little V. And they don't all have to be the same. Just make it a little V. There. And that way you don't have to cut 3 times. I'm just cutting twice, one on either side of that score line. Instead of cutting the score line first and then making the little V's. Now one of these is going to get cut off, but I haven't decided which one yet. They're both, I think, the same. So let's just do this. Folding on all the sides, and then it turns into a box. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to cut one off. I'll cut this one off. One of the flaps doesn't have to be there. It just makes it thick. I mean, you could keep it there, but it's not necessary. Okay? And now, I see now that my box is way too high, so I didn't have to, this is going to fold in like so. Okay, that's going to be your bottom. But see, I did one in yellow already, and look how much shorter I want it to be. You could make the box this high, but I definitely made a mistake. So I'm going to, well, you know what? There's an easier way. Let me find my ruler. So I did just waste some cardstock, which is unfortunate. This is 3 inches. So 3 inches plus the 1 1/4 at the bottom is 4 1/4. So that means I could have gotten 2 out of an 8 1/2 by 11. So that was silly. So now it's 4 1/4. There. Now I'm just going to trim that off. So I wasted this. I can maybe use it for, you know what? You could use this as a belly band to go around. Okay, so it's not wasted. I'm not going to use this one, but there we go. So now we can put our box together. Now I'm looking for my bone folder. Here we go. You want to use your bone folder or the edge of a block, and when you make a box, you want all your folds to be nice and crisp. You will have a nicer box if you take that extra time to do that. And the same thing with the little flaps on the bottom, just crisp them up here and there. And then it just kind of all goes in together like so. And I'm not a huge box person, so I'm not sure if there's a right way and a wrong way to do this, but I don't think there is. I think I'm going to do this, 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 and then that. I'm just trying to see what's prettier. Not that anybody's going to study the bottom of the box. I think that's prettier. So we're going to, I like using my liquid adhesive. You can also use tear and tape. I'm just going to put some adhesive on this flap. There. And you know what? If you're going to be making some of these, make a bunch. Then you'll be in a roll, in a rhythm. So I'm just trying to get as close as I can. There, right to your. And now I've got this. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. Oh look, I put my lid back on. Oh, silly goose. All right, here, fold that down, and then I'm just going to put a little bit here, fold that down, and now this one I'm going to do a nice amount of adhesive, okay. And there is my box, and now I'm going to decorate it. And I wanted it to be open-ended, okay? If you do this with paper, then you can just pinch it and pop a hole in it and tie a bow in it. But if you're using it as cardstock to put some stuff in that sticks out the top to make it look pretty, that's really cool. So what I did was I cut a piece of pattern paper, and I scored it the same score lines as the box. And I will be making a tutorial for this, so you can get it. I'm hoping to get it done today. So this one is 7.5 inches as well. So the same measurements. You just want to make sure. Yeah, my fold is towards the back, so I'm just going to wrap that around and tuck this in here. It's going to look really pretty. And this one is, I should tell you how wide it is. It's 2.5 inches wide. And I have another one. I have a yellow box too. I wasn't sure which one would look prettier, the yellow one or the red one. I'm going, you know what? I'm going to do it on the yellow one because I already have a white box, and then you can see what the difference is. So here, I should be talking you through it. I'm just trying not to put too much glue on. I'm thinking one thing of adhesive will be just fine. There. So give that a nice press. Oh, and I actually made a mistake here. There's an extra line. Do you see that? I'm hoping no one sees that. That's okay. Not a big deal. So now we are going to tie a gingham bow around. That's easy. And then we're going to punch out that bee body, and it's going to be a word bubble instead. I love this black and white gingham ribbon with this whole series of paper and the whole suite of products. There. Cut with some ribbon scissors. Okay, so now we're going to get our punch, our bee punch. My bee punch has migrated. Let me go find it. So I found my bee punch. Just unlock it and then slide in your paper. And here we go. And now I'm going to have it sitting like so. And we're going to stamp love you, and we're going to stamp a heart. So here's my heart. And oh yeah, here's my love you. Okay, super. And this glass plate that I'm using is a freebie if you get the starter kit. Super good deal. I bought it, and then there's a chamois that goes with it, and then there's also this amazing silicone mat that I use as a palette for painting, for glue. It's just a great little thing. It can also be used as an organizer tool on your glass plate. So I'm stamping love you, and I want to make sure I leave enough room for that heart. There, love you. And then, oh, I was looking for another little block, but I'm being lazy. Make sure your block is not upside down. And I'm going to stamp that in Sweet Sorbet. That is the color of red that is in our paper. That's one thing that I love about Stampin' Up, that everything coordinates. So we are also, this is also day 5 of the 14 Days of Love, but it's also Monday, which means it's Cheer Corner, which means I want to double this. I'm going to pop this up with a dimensional. I'm going to turn this into a card as well so that we can mail a card away, because a box in the mail gets a little bit expensive. So I'm just putting one dimensional on the back of this. I'm tucking this under like so. And then the bee. And that cute little bee comes from this paper here. So here the bee is holding the flower. So I'm just going to go in like so. And then cut that little piece out. And you know, this is also the piece that is the other side. So I start with the most difficult part, which is the little flower that the bee is holding. So I'm just turning the paper as I cut, and that makes it easier to get a smoother cut. And you know, it's better to cut in the daytime by a bright window. I'm only 56. I don't need glasses yet, but I do notice that when I cut at night, I'm not as accurate. And you don't have to get too fussy in here. Like, I'm just going to go up to the face of the bee and go around. But it does help to have good lighting. And don't do it after a few cups of coffee or a few glasses of wine. Not a good idea. Not that I've done that, mind you. I do separate work and pleasure. So if I'm having a glass of wine with Gerard on the couch, I am not fussy cutting bees. There. And I didn't do a white layer around there, but that's okay. So, oops. And I could have had this bee fussy cut already beforehand, but I didn't. See, and I'm also doing his legs up and down. Also not necessary. You could have just gone straight across, I have to say. Oh. See, and then here, I almost cut off the stem of the flower, and I still might. There. Wow, I did really well that one. I didn't, with the other one, I didn't cut out the stem. So here we have our happy bee holding the flower. How cute is that? And then we're just going to put a dimensional, and then we're going to turn this into a card. So I thought that maybe I would use a small Memories and More card and then do a layer. So let's have a look, get that ready. Now before I make the card, I got way ahead of myself. Look at, we've got some cute tea. So I'm going to put some tea in here. And because it doesn't quite fit, it can stick out a little bit, which is really cool. Then I've got a honey spoon. That's going to go in. Look how cute that is, honey spoon. And then I picked up these cute little spoons at the thrift store, and that can go in as well. And now I've got a lovely, thoughtful gift for someone. You could even put in a second one, but so that's really great. I think that's, you know, and it looks great in yellow and in white. So now we're going to do the card. So happy, happy squirrel. This is a small Memories and More card, and the front of it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I thought, I have this piece of Daffodil Delight laying here, and it is 3 inches. So I'm going to go 3 inches by 4 inches. And then I'm going to cut the paper, this paper, but the other side. And I'm just going to take this side because I've already cut into it. One here. Don't be silly. So I'm going to go 2 7/8. Well, maybe I'll go 2 3/4. 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So and then we'll glue those together. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of casing my box and turning it into a card. So let's have a look. A little bit of adhesive. Oh, I spilled. Just rub it on your hand. It'll dry off, come off here. So now we do have a bit of a bigger border. So you get more of a pop of yellow there. And then I want to tie the ribbon around. Where did my ribbon go? On the floor. And this came off. I took this ribbon off the spool because it came with me in my suitcase, and I just thought less weight, every little bit adds up. So I'm going to tie that in a bow. I could tie it in a knot as well, but I'm going to do a bow, I think. Loop. Keep it nice and tight. I should maybe tie it in a knot first, but I didn't. You know what? Yeah, I should. I was being stubborn and I thought I could do it all. Not true. Not. Okay. That's actually cute too. Okay, well, bow it is. I'm going to make a little bitty bow. There. Pull it down a little bit. Give me some longer tails. And then pull tight. And then I want this bow, I think, on one side, so I'm sliding it over a little bit. And then I need to cut it on an angle. And let's have a look. We need a B and we need an I love you. And maybe this has to be a bit like so now. Okay, so we need the B punch. And I've got to find my scrap of paper, which is now missing again. Oh, here it is. Awesome. So B punch. And I wonder here, and then another B. Maybe I have a B cut out already. I'm starting to feel a bit lazy. Well, I'm going to change things up again. I did find a little baggie, and inside the baggie I had 3 of these cute little jars, and I had this little die cut, and I thought, oh, that's really pretty, and I had a B. So this is from the Thoughtful Expressions, and I think it's the smallest one. So let me just play with this for a minute. We're going to stamp the I love you in Memento to tie in the black. And I'm going to try to move that over as far as I can. Love you. And then I want to put a little B like so. Okay. So we're going to start by just moving all our things. I think I'm going to pop this up because there's a ribbon and I messed up, right? As you see that it's twisted. I should have checked for that, but I did not. So that's okay. Stuff happens in squirrel land. Okay, so while I'm doing this, you need to be thinking about who should get this card in the mail. Who needs Happy Mail? Make sure you nominate someone and make sure you tell me why. Because it's hard enough. I have to pick somebody, so the stories help me. And if I don't choose you, please don't think that the person wasn't worthy. Then just try again next week. So I've popped that up. Now I'm going to put this one flat. Oh, I shed like a dog. Anyone else lose a lot of hair? I'm amazed I have as much hair as I do. Okay, so this is going to go like so. I might just turn that way a little bit. We're going to pop up the B. And then the jam jars, one's going to go flat and one is going to go up. See how cute is that? And then I'm also going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to help that ribbon stay where it has to be. So what I do is I take a glue dot, grab it, and then I'm going to just put that under there and press it down. And now my ribbon will stay where I want it to. It's not going to cover up my B. So this one's going to go, the big one's going to go flat. And the little one, come on. This is why it's nice to use liquid adhesive. You can slide things around. And then I don't know if I want to do the other jam jar or do I want to do the honey pot. I think the honey pot. a good memory. My father used to have honey on toast. He would do peanut butter and honey, and I just did honey, but I can't think of honey without thinking of pulp. There. How cute is that? So now we have a card, and then in the inside, you could just do this other one. That just makes it look cute, right? Just a little something in the inside of the card as well. Oh yeah, my last tip was, I was stressing out that this paper has had the same, that I had to cut bees out of this paper. If a really simple way to have no stress about using your pattern paper, if you really love paper, get 2 packs. Get 2 packs, live large, and then you can create in a whole different way. You just create with abandon then, and I love that. And then you know what? I also see a little red heart on my. That's cute too. We're gonna put that on too. And you know what? I'm not gonna mess around with fussy glue. I've got my glue dots here. So here we go. Pick it up like this. Oops. And boom, boom. How cute is that? So there's the card and my box. Oh, here it is. And here's my box. So I hope I've inspired you today. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment so that I can get to know you better, and we can create a vibrant stamping community together. If you're looking for a demonstrator, I'd love to be your person. I'd love for you to order from me. I will treat you well. You will get PDF tutorials. You'll get happy mail, and you will see me doing. You will feel me doing a happy dance when I get the online order notification from you. So, anyway, have a super day. Happy 14 days of love, and happy Cheer Corner. Bye.